Hey, my sweetie. Oh. Maggie, did you know today we are going to ask you a few questions about diseases in lions? Hey? Right, good morning everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a series of videos, hashtag Ask Meg videos, and we are going to be concentrating on what diseases can lions get. We all know about the coronavirus and how it has affected the world. It's a pandemic, and a lot of countries have declared their countries disaster zones. So a lot of you have been asking me, well, can lions get coronavirus? And if so, what does it do? So I thought, good opportunity, guys, to just cover the basic diseases that lions can get both in captivity and in the wild. And we can do a series so it's not overwhelming. I think what I'll try and do is just explain the diseases, and then we can cover each one or two, maybe one or two in each video. Please guys, if I do get something slightly wrong, please comment and let me know if I've grasped it wrong or what the case may be, because I'm pretty sure that some of the viewers out there, some of you out there, probably know a little bit more about this topic than I do. But this is how we learn, so I hope you guys will stick around and watch this series of hashtag Ask Megs, because I think we're all going to learn something here. So stick around and enjoy. Hello, my girl. So she's got this new trick that she waits for me and then proceeds to not jump on me anymore, you know. So Meg doesn't really jump anymore. It's been a while since she has jumped, but she waits patiently there and then sneaks up and, you know, gives me all the affection in the world. So I do try, guys, to spend more time visiting Meg, because obviously being a social animal and have had all that social interaction all her life with Amy, she really does need a little bit more love and attention. So hello, my girl. Okay. Hello, my girl. Oh, that tail. So that tail is crazy. So somebody was asking me the other day, they said they watched one of the videos and they said, Meg, they've never seen Meg mouthing me or biting my arm like that before. And yeah, I was actually surprised to hear that, because Meg has always, throughout her life, always mouthed my arms or my head or my whatever body part. So it's not something new. Maybe it's something she's doing more often, but it's not something that's just developed since Amy's passing. For those of you wanting to know how is Meg faring since Amy's passing, I will tell you that she's doing very, very well. So she's not moping around. She's got lots of energy. She chases the car. Whenever I arrive, she knows the sight of the car and the sound, and it's very exciting times for her, and she runs along the fence waiting for me to come and visit. So here she's settled down, and I will settle down next to her. Oh, okay, you're giving me a good view of your wound from the spay. Let's have a quick look. So it's healed very nice. We've still got don't stand on me. 2 stitches left, but those are slam dunk. Oh, my girl, it's so good to see you every day. Same greeting, and maybe, just maybe, in 5 seconds we can get on with the hashtag Ask Meg. We'll just have a little bit of loving, and then we can get going with the video. Less talking, more loving. Meg, the question I have from all your adoring fans around the world is what diseases can lions get? Eh? Do you know? Meg says she knows everything. The diseases that a lion can get are numerous. So you can have diseases that are endemic, and you can have ones that are epidemics, like we are facing at the moment with the coronavirus. Maybe today it's going to be a hashtag Ask Meg on my back. We'll talk about all of these diseases as we go along, but I think to start off with, because it is a talking point, it is a topic of conversation, I think we will start off with coronavirus, feline coronavirus, or FECOV.
Viruses are divided up into DNA and RNA viruses. The DNA viruses are more stable in specific species, and some of them are quite environmental stable. The RNA viruses, and a very big virus that I can compare, which is an RNA virus, is like AIDS, HIV, FIV, feline AIDS, human AIDS. That's an RNA virus. Coronavirus is an RNA virus. This is a virus that's fairly unstable, or what we call labile in the environment. That means if it gets transferred by direct contact, spit, body fluids, and so on.
We're going to get another thorough working over by Meg. There she comes. Every time. My girl, you're very heavy. You're very heavy. And slam dunk. Slam dunk. Maggie, we want to talk about coronavirus, my girl. So coronavirus is an upper respiratory disease. Sound familiar? We know that the coronavirus in humans is causing all sorts of flu-like symptoms, but it's affecting, or seemingly affecting, the aging population, those with other complications such as weak lungs or other health issues. It seems to be more dire in people who have those conditions too. So with lions, coronavirus doesn't seem to, they seem to live with it, no problem. So I was very surprised to hear from our vet that a few of our lions that were tested just really out of interest as to what diseases they might have in their blood samples that were taken. I was very surprised to hear that a few of the lions at the sanctuary have indeed coronavirus. So initially I was very worried. Oh my gosh, the lions have got a viral disease. They have this virus. What's going to happen? Are they going to die? And the answer is no. The lions in captivity seem to, and in the wild, seem to live with coronavirus, showing no clinical symptoms or signs, which is a good thing. It becomes an issue when the virus itself mutates, or when the immunity of the lion is compromised, and that could be due to old age, like Meg. Meg is 17 years old, so sorry Meg, it is considered geriatric. Don't want her to know what that word means. You know, you know what geriatric means. He says, I'm not geriatric. You got grey hair, you geriatric. Anyway, you know, you're beautiful. You're not geriatric, my darling. You're not. Anyway. She is, but anyway. So if the virus mutates or the immune system's compromised, as in the case of an aging lion that starts to have renal issues or other such issues, then the coronavirus can transform into what is known as FIP, or feline infectious peritonitis. And we have had a lion. She doesn't like talking about these diseases, guys. She's just going to go and sit over there. But that's fine, we'll continue. So FRP, or feline infectious peritonitis, and it can take on two forms, a wet form or a dry form. But one of the lions here at the sanctuary that you all know, his name's Bongani, he was diagnosed with having FRP, and he was just at one stage a bag of bones. He deteriorated rapidly. We really didn't know what was the matter, but the tests came back showing that he had FRP, and that in general FRP in lions can equal a death sentence, and the only thing you can really do is give them palliative supportive treatment. But in Bongani's case, he with immune boosting and supplements and just really good care, he slowly but surely regained his strength, and he's still not the epitome of health. So we do always bear in the back of our minds the thought that our days with Bongani could be numbered, but he has fared okay with this debilitating disease. So yeah, FRP is not mostly a death sentence. So when you talk to vets about FRP in domestic cats, death sentence. Most of them will say a few months, if that. How do they get it? This was a question that I had. I'm like, okay, well, my lions live a very sheltered life in terms of what they're exposed to. The carriers are domestic cats, but could also be other animals like meerkats or mongoose that can from time to time burrow into an enclosure and make a run through the enclosure. We have had or we have found bodies of these animals as they've tried to make a run through one of the lion enclosures. But it could have also been an infection that was picked up a long time ago.
Viruses are very specific to a species in general because they're so labile or unstable in the environment and in other species, and it depends on body temperature. Like, for example, a horse's body temperature is 37.5, that's normal. A lion's body temperature is 38.5. 1 degree Celsius can make the difference between whether a virus can survive in an animal or not. So therefore, that's what people and humans need to be looking at, a zoonotic disease. Disease that can go from a human to an animal or an animal to a human. A human body temperature is order 37.5. That's a normal body temperature. An animal like a big cat, like a cheetah and a lion, 38.5. So the virus will have to be doing a hell of a lot to be able to survive in both systems, which they don't. Let's go to coronavirus in cats, in big cats and quads. It's called Feline Coronavirus. This is a virus that's not very well understood because it transforms into feline infectious peritonitis, which is very similar to almost like a cancer type thing. It forms, the cells start producing fluid, the animal drowns in its own fluid, its upper respiratory tract, it's all over and eventually extends down to the intestinal tract and causes gastrointestinal tract issues and symptoms, and it spreads like wildfire. That's why we don't have really a vaccine that works against coronavirus in the big cats. We don't vaccinate against coronavirus because the mechanism's not understood, and once the animal doesn't really produce major antibodies against the vaccine, and it actually causes illness and death. So we don't vaccinate against it, and that's the big issue we're having now with them trying to determine and get a vaccine for human beings. But the feline coronavirus is a totally different strain. Looking at this whole outbreak that we've had of COVID-19, it indicates that this virus can mutate. So it's from the same family.
Okay guys, so I'm pretty sure you can appreciate these videos are quite tricky to make. It's difficult to get the information across succinctly, especially when I'm not a specialist on these diseases myself. But I thought it's such an important topic that we really do need to talk about these things that can affect lion populations, both in captivity and in the wild. And in fact, so much so that we actually don't completely understand the consequences of these diseases on wild lion populations, especially when we do relocations or translocations of lions from one area to another area. The testing for all these diseases is essential because what you might be doing is unwittingly taking a virus or bacteria from one group of lions and infecting a population that doesn't actually even have that virus, which is pretty scary. And if we know that certain populations have antibodies to certain strains because they've been living with them for many years, you can just imagine what would happen if you bring a lion from somewhere with absolutely no immunity. It can be absolutely devastating to a population. If you bring, for example, a lion that has a disease into a population that doesn't, or vice versa. So yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. I'm going to try and get onto all these topics in a shorter form as possible. I hope you enjoyed that first video, just chatting a little bit about coronavirus and feline infectious peritonitis that we hope doesn't ever come and affect these beautiful animals. But you know, forewarned is forearmed. If you enjoyed the video, please do share it with your friends, those who are sitting perhaps at home with nothing to do. And if you are subscribed to the channel, thank you. It is for free and it will allow you to access more content. If you do enjoy hashtag Ask Meg, please look on the side of the video here. There'll be a playlist of other previous hashtag Ask Megs. And guys, lastly, if you are a member of the channel, thank you. You can become a member by simply clicking on the membership, and for a nominal fee per month, you'll be entitled to different content and other perks that come with members. It's really cool and it really helps us to produce these kind of videos and keep these animals in tip-top condition and shape. So thanks to the members, thanks to all of you, and until next time, from Meg and myself, bye.